Seriously, how good does that look? Welcome back everyone. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make a cheeseburger in a charcoal barbecue. Now we're going to be using our Oklahoma Joe's kettle today. So we'll start by opening it up, taking out our cooking grate. Then we can get our charcoal chimney down, fill it up with charcoal or briquettes. Then we'll lay down a couple of firelighters and get them going. Now we can get our charcoal chimney on top and get that charcoal started. All right, so we've got about 10 minutes before that charcoal is going to be ready. So we're going to use that time to make some burger patties. Now, if you're buying burger mince from your butcher, then look out for about an 80% lean meat to 20% fat ratio. That's going to give you enough fat in there to keep your burgers moist and give you some really good flavor. Any less fat than that and your burgers are potentially going to dry out. Then a ratio with too much fat in there and you might be left with a really overpowering fatty taste. Also try and get mince where they've used some chuck steak, some short rib meat or some brisket. Today we're going to be using some chuck steak, so we'll get stuck into mincing this up. Alright, so as you can see, this is already around that 80% lean meat, 20% fat mark. So all I'm going to do now is just cut it into little strips so it fits in our mincer. Right, and with our mincer, we're going to run it through the fine plate once, and then we'll finish it off through the coarse plate. So we can get a bowl underneath. We'll get our meat up here ready to go. Take this out. Then we'll turn our mincer on and get started. Right, now we'll switch our plate over and run it through once more. Alright, and now we can season our mince. We're going to be hitting it with a combination of our garlic goals and steak shooter. But if you don't have them, then salt, pepper, and a little bit of garlic always does the trick. So we're just going to season our mince generously, and then we'll give it a nice mix. Alright, so that's binded together nicely, so now we can form it into some patties. Alright, so that was 600 grams of chuck steak, and that's going to make us 3 or 4 nice burger patties. Now I've just got 2 sheets of baking paper and a cutting board ready, so now let's form these into patties. Right, so we'll get our mince out, and we'll just break it into even portions, roll them up into balls, and then in between your baking paper sheets, you want to put a ball, and then we're going to flatten it down with our cutting board. Now we have a nice burger patty. Now you want to make sure that your burger patty is bigger than your bun to account for the shrinkage. You don't want to be taking a bite of your burger and only get bun in your mouth. So we'll go ahead and do these other 3. Alright, now our charcoal's ready. As you can see, it's burning nice and red hot. So we can dump that in. And we're going to be reverse searing these patties, so I'm going to put a nice little chunk of cherry wood on. And we can shut our lid, then open up our top and bottom vents. All right, now I'm just going to give that barbecue a couple of minutes to preheat, so we'll come back, then get these burgers on. All right, it's been a couple of minutes, so we'll open our lid up, get our cooking grate on, and then we'll get these burger patties on. So mince takes on smoke quite easy, so we're just going to let them go for about 10 minutes before we finish them off with a sear. So while that's happening, we're going to make a quick burger sauce. All right, so super simple. We are just going to go equal parts ketchup and Kewpie mayonnaise. Then we're going to go about a quarter of that amount of sriracha, a teaspoon of your favorite pickle juice, and then we'll just stir it around. Now that's ready. Then you can get everything else you need ready. So we've gone with some brioche buns, some Monterey Jack cheese, some beer pickles, white onion, then of course our burger sauce. All right, so our patties have had about 10 minutes. So what we can do now before we sear them off is toast our buns. Then we can sear our patties. We'll only need to give them about a minute each side. We'll flip them over. Then when they are done, we can move them indirect. Get these other patties on. And we'll get some cheese on these ones. We'll give these ones a flip. Now they're done. We can move them indirect as well. Get some cheese on. And shut this lid for about 30 seconds to let that cheese melt. All right, and while that cheese is melting, we'll get some sauce on our top bun. Go as little or as much as you like. And now these patties should be done. Alright, so they are looking good. Now we can assemble these burgers. Alright, so we'll lay down both of our patties. And some of these beautiful pickles. Some of that white onion. And we can put our lid on. And these are ready to eat. Seriously, how good does that look? All right, let's taste. That is so, so good. You get that nice, subtle, smoky flavour. Then patties are still nice and juicy. Everything I love in a burger. I need to have some more. That's such a quick and easy meal, super tasty. The kids will love it. Put your own toppings on there and make it your own. But for now, that's the end of the video. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you haven't already so you don't miss our future videos. Thanks for watching and we'll see you next time.